Alright, moving on to Fortune. This is Norn, and the reason why she's basically a trinity. It's based off of the three named Norns, which represent future, past, and present, also necessity, fate, and being. They are said to be the ones that revitalize the roots of Yggdrasil, the world tree, which is constantly being gnawed away by Nidhogger, the dragon that lives in its roots. And they're often associated with fate, as well as the fates of the gods, humans, etc. As for their ancestry, it's kind of hard to say exactly. So I don't know why they have the clock, unless of course it's supposed to represent basic fortune, fortune by time. The next three are the Moray sisters, which are the fates. I'm gonna actually unite them as one, because there isn't much that really describes them individually. There are three fates. It's said that they actually descended from Nyx, which is the goddess of darkness. And their names are Clotho, which is the one that weaves the thread of human life. Lachesis, which measures its length. And Atropos, which cuts it, and thus ending life. It's often said that the Fates are usually one of the most feared beings in Greek mythology, and are often depicted as hags sometimes, but not in this case. The Fates basically is like the Norns. Their association with the fate of everything, that even the gods know well to fear them. And but there was some circumstances where fate has been cheated when the thread was cut. There have been a couple times which that happened. I don't know them off the top of my head, but they're in pantheon.org if you look up under a Moray. In Nocturne, the Moray sisters are actually kind of annoying, because they're like the incredible trio, because what they do is Clotho is the one that heals after each attack. Lachesis as the one that usually supports, and that's casting buffs, and Atropos is the one that casts spells. And here the Moray are often associated with wind, but in Nocturne they're more associated with their ability when you fight them, as what I described, since Atropos is the one that basically has single target dying spells, and additionally the last skill that she learns is Megiddo. So as far as that is concerned, I think that's pretty much it about the fates. As for what their names are supposed to mean, I tried looking that up, but I haven't really found anything. And when I looked them up individually, they really said nothing about their major individual characteristics, but they're just united or lumped together as the Moray. Okay, next one, Kusi Mitama. I haven't really looked up Mitama at all, but from the sound of it, this is kind of understandable why it's associated with fortune. And also from the sound of it, they're basically deities or spirits of knowledge. For ones, as the other Mitama are described as, they're usually associated, from the looks of it, with feeling, but also with additionally with knowledge and wisdom. So if you want to actually explain to me more, if I do not touch on anything or I'm completely clueless about something, don't hesitate to actually comment about this, so don't worry. The next one is Empusa. I don't know why this is associated with fortune. This has actually been carried over from, according to the description of Lilim, it's carried over from Mesopotamian lore as a night demon. She's basically kind of like a succubus. She is often a shapeshifter. It's said that she has actually one brass leg and one leg like a donkey, but she often assumes other different forms, and she sucks the life out of her victim before killing and eating him. But it can be repelled by shouting at it. Often the Lamia, which is basically the serpent thing that is also the Hermit Arcana in Persona 3, is often associated as an Empusa, I think primarily because of its vampiric habits. The last one is Fortuna. I looked up Taish, it's Greek, her Greek name, and she's basically, in Greek culture, she's basically the goddess of good fortune. And when I looked Fortuna, which is the Roman name, it said that she's often associated with a wheel, hence the Wheel of Fortune that you see her rotating. She's also depicted as blindfolded sometimes, something like blind fortune. But I also noticed there's a yin and yang symbol as well, which is why you see the black and white streams of cloth stemming from her. So that's pretty much it. As far as fortune is concerned, they're mostly wind based. So I'm gonna finish this here and move on.